I just read this article online, an article talking about how Fox, 20th Century Fox, apologized for using an ad, no, a type of ad for the movie X-Men Apocalypse. No, they're not apologizing for X-Men Apocalypse itself yet. Just kidding, I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm not going to judge it just from what I heard. But I am going to judge them for removing an ad just because it was the main antagonist, Apocalypse, seizing Mystique, the female character, by the throat. The reason why I say female is because apparently this promotes violence against women. And it's such an offensive ad that actress Rose McGowan herself from Grindhouse, Planet Terror, and Death Proof, back in like the early to late 2000s, said this needs to be removed and she's speaking up for women. And all I gotta say is, this is the same exact crap as back with that infamous DC Comics cover where the Joker had Batgirl captive. And all I gotta say is, violence against women. That's not violence against women. It's violence against a woman. That'd be like showing a still from Telltale Games of Walking Dead, where the main antagonist of the fifth episode, The Stranger, had Lee on the ground, a gun to his head, and saying that's violence against African Americans. No, it's not. It's violence against a character that just happens to be African American, just like how Mystique happens to be a woman. A woman. Sorry about that. And sorry about this camera shaking. It's on a bed. That's how short notice and spontaneous it is. Just like my previous video from literally a year ago. All I'm saying here is, Rose McGowan, I loved you in the Grindhouse movies. And you were cool and charmed from what I've seen. But you are making a mountain out of an anthill. And Lord knows, you, just like most other feminists or people in general, will have no problem with this if it was Darkseid holding Cyclops in a chokehold, or Darkseid holding Wolverine in a chokehold, or Darkseid holding Professor Xavier in a chokehold. Well, maybe people may get oversensitive about that by saying it's violence against a paraplegic or a disabled person. But what I'm getting across here is, this is a mountain out of an anthill. This is people so oversensitive about violence against women that they treat anything harmful against a woman, I keep doing that, as violence against all women, when that is not the case. This is doing nothing more than making us so oversensitive about everything we do that we're going to treat anything involving women as walking on eggshells. Just like instance of the previous year. Rose, this is not violence against women. It wasn't violence against women when Mystique was shot in the previous movie, X-Men Days of Future Past. It's not violence against women when Black Widow was captured by Ultron from Avengers 2. It's not violence against women. It's violence against a character that just happens to be female. Mystique is a badass. She was a badass in the original trilogy. She was a badass in X-Men First Class. She was a badass in Days of Future Past. And we are taking away that character that's always in the forefront of battle, always taking out scores of human enemies by herself, breaking into a heavily armed facility and signing under a revolving door at X-Men 2 while flipping the bird at them in a moment that just screams awesome. Especially when she barely talked in the original three films. And we're taking those awesome features away from a character and just going, oh my gosh, she's a woman being hurt on a trailer, while forgetting that she's a warrior first. She may not have armor or swords or Gatling guns or flamethrowers or arm-mounted robotic chainsaw arms, but she's a warrior first. She is used to being in battle with guns aimed to every available part of her body the enemy can aim at. And we're ignoring all those from X-Men 1, 2, 3, First Class and Days of Future Past all awkwardly combined into one chronology thanks to Bryan Singer's idiocy. And we're just focused on her being, oh my god, a helpless female in the grasp of a man, a big, strong man. She's so helpless. This this is so damaging against women. Oh my god, this is so damaging against women. What the hell is this? So you're telling me if they had that clip, if they show that anime is still a Battleborn where Wrath is saving D'Andy from a spider century, that is balanced against women by showing her be helpless? Is it because we're just showing a still instead of an actual scene, showing her be badass first? Is why this is violence? There are two blue characters on a trailer. It's not a trailer. On a poster still. Who's gonna see that as violence against women? And I know people are probably gonna say, "Oh, you're a man. You wouldn't see this as violence against women." My sister didn't. My girlfriend didn't. So I'm not saying just because those two didn't see it that nobody should see it. I'm saying that even if I'm outside a demographic, this is apparently offensive to, I'm still a voice. Just like how any person should be able to talk about a matter, even if they're not a part of it. Well, not part of the demographic that matter is involved in. Because we already have. Women that already talk about issues involving men and solely men. Christians that talk about issues solely involving the Islamic culture. So why can't a man talk about something involving women? This is a poster of a blue woman, a blue naked woman with red hair being held by a massive armored blue man. And all I see from it is, does that happen in the movie? When does that happen? But apparently people see it as harmful against women. Just like with the DC cover controversy. And just like with that, the respective company is dropping their weapons and waving their flag saying, we'll change it. And at least it took quite an uproar from women, apparently, for them to change it instead of just one person, like with the Overwatch thing. And yes, someday I will talk about that. Don't worry, it won't take a year. I I hate this. I support women's rights, but because of stuff like this, the DC controversy, I would never call myself a feminist. I know there are awesome people that call themselves feminists, like Patrick Stewart, Tom Hardy, or Louis Lovehawk, aka Lynn Carr from the Top of the Fourth Wall. But I can't really carry that name feminist. I probably should, just to show the world that there are good feminists from both men and women. I'll, I think I will keep trying to call myself a feminist because I do believe in equal rights between men and women. But what I don't believe is taking anything involving a female character that's negative and making it sound like it's blatant sexism. That's not defending women's rights. That's hurting everybody else's rights.